Hey guys, what's up? It's Ethan Ebling, and I'm here to do another album review. Today I'm going to be reviewing an album that was my number one on my top albums of 2010 release video. I saw these guys when they played in Tucson, Arizona over break, and they're one of my favorite Powerviolence bands of all time, and they totally deserve the credit they get. I know Seven did a review of this album already, but I'm going to give it a second round, and that is Sex Prisoner's self-titled release. Sex Prisoner is a three-piece band from Arizona. I'm not sure whereabouts. I'm not even going to guess where they're from. But the band is Kyle Kennedy. He plays bass, does some vocal stuff, and plays guitar on the release. Kevin Kennedy does the main vocals, and Gilbert Flores does the drums / noise programming, because there's some noisier parts of this music. The band itself, they play noisy metallic power violence. This release is 12 songs long. No song goes over the 2-minute mark. So you know you're in for very fast, very angry, very time signature jumpy power violence, which is what you're looking for. The reason this was number one on my list, I could go instrument by instrument, just down to the way it was recorded. This release is unbelievably heavy. When I first heard their 8-song demo, I was blown away by how dissonant and how unsettling that sounded. So when I got my hands on their 7-inch, when I saw them live and met them, and they're all really, really cool guys, and thank you so much for an awesome show. They're one of the coolest guys I've ever met. So it was really odd seeing them live, getting to talk to them, and how cool they were about everything, and how they're just really down to earth, genuine guys with their music. And I think that's what really ups them in the really good band department. I think that when bands are able to play, and then they were just excited about everyone that was telling them they did great, and down to earth, really polite, awesome guys. So I think that's really cool that there's a band like that out there. I know there are a lot of bands like that out there, but just kind of I don't know. But yeah, the sound itself, it's recorded and it's it's not murky sounding, it's clear, yet it's not really clear at all. It's very dirty, very raw, very fast. Every song is just, there's not really one slow song on the album. There's slam and breakdown sections, whatever you want to call it, where I get a really kind of a big beatdown-esque hardcore feeling, and it's not to say, I'm not talking about beatdown like Bulldoze or something like that. I'm talking more or less just overall heavy, angry, kind of slow, slamming, chugging parts. And lyrically, Kevin does a great job vocally, along with his brother Kyle. I think it's his brother. I'm not sure if they're brothers. But Kevin and Kyle do a really good job vocally. I know Kevin does the main vocal stuff, and his style is very shouty, very low-esque on the mix, kind of is in like his vocal range is very low and just a regular vocal range. And Kyle has a higher kind of screechy, or not, but it's not screechy at all, but it's just kind of a higher yelping type of sound. So when they kind of pass back and forth in some songs where one of them will do a line, the other one will do a verse, it has kind of a cool atmosphere to it because it just sounds very, very, you don't know really what's hitting you. It's hitting you at all angles. You have a regular vocalist, and out of nowhere you have these higher vocals, and it's just very unnerving. That's what I like so much about it. The riffs themselves, the fast riffs are crazy. You can hear them very well, and the guitar sound is very noisy and very fuzzy, which is really cool. I like that sound. It's kind of typical within Powerviolence. So if you like Powerviolence, you probably like the guitar sound. The bass sound is ridiculous. It's very dissonant, very murky, very odd sounding, yet it gets the job done completely. It's a really good bass tone. It's very metallic, very clanky, as I like to say. And drum wise, just really tight, really cool fills. Cymbal crashes and all that stuff are just awesome. They're in awesome placement. And the songs themselves are just so hateful and so angry. And this is why it takes number one. Minus being one of my favorite Powerviolence releases ever. Every song is memorable. And it's memorable in a sense where there is no hook, there is no chorus, but you follow on vocal patterns, you follow the vocals in general. The lyrical sheet is rad, and I spent many, 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 I guess, spins of this album reading along, and now I know almost all the lyrics just from reading along and being so hyped on them. Because there are a lot of lyrics that try to be very atmospheric, and these aren't those lyrics. These lyrics are very in your face, very angry, very hateful, very raw. In meeting these guys, I was like initially kind of wondering what they would really be like in person, and they ended up being three of the coolest guys I've ever met, and they put out a great show. And that's what I like about this band more than anything, is that they have a very do-it-yourself mentality towards their music. They write crazy heavy songs, really awesome riffs, and just they're down to earth, really cool guys, and that's why this release is so awesome because you get that vibe from it. It's not just another Powerviolence release that sounds like every other release ever. They're not trying to be every other Powerviolence band before them. They take influences from a ton of different genres that they enjoy. You have the typical Powerviolence sound. You have some grinding speed at points. You have breakdown, beatdown, whatever you want to call them, slams. There's a noise aspect. Just everything really awesome that you love about different genres of music compiled into one crazy sounding dissonant band. And they're great. I don't know what else to say about this release besides it is my number one of 2010 for good reason. It might be my number one for a long time. Nothing about it I can really nitpick whatsoever. The production, if you don't like how the way it was produced, you can't really nitpick with a band like Sex Prisoner because the way it was produced is part of the sound. They sounded crazy cool live, and they have a dissonant sound in general. So the way it was produced, it was just meant to sound like that. It's clear but not too clear. It's dirty but not mucky, and it doesn't sound like a Negathocles release. It's very like middle ground, and that's what makes it so good. It's just very not flat, but it has every aspect you need. You can hear the noise well, you can hear the drums well, you can hear the vocals well, you can hear the guitar and bass well. That's all you need to hear. The bass dominates the mix quite a bit, I think, but that's good. I like that because when they play live, they're a three-piece, and they have bass, drum, and vocals live. So it makes sense that would be the dominant instrument when they record it. So overall, I give this album, nothing's perfect, but this is like a 9.9 out of 10 because I don't know if they're releasing anything anytime soon because nothing is perfect, but this is genuinely my favorite release of 2010, and they're a great band, a bunch of really good guys. I'll give you a link to their Facebook and MySpace and stuff like that. Check them out. Buy this release if you can. I don't know if the demo is up for download anywhere. I don't know if it was a downloadable demo, but if it is, I'll post a link. And if not, buy it. The release will be $5, I think, on ToLiveLireRecords.com, and it's the best $5 you will spend of 2010. Well, now 2011. So that was my review, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you all later.